Paolo Aimar, Messi's idol. Messi is the best football player in the world today and is one of the best football players in the history of this sport. He is the idol of many people in the world. So, who is Messi's idol? Not Diego Maradona, but Paolo Aimar. A player less popular than Maradona, but in terms of talent, Paolo Aimar is no less than anyone in the history of football. Today, we're going to be talking about Paolo Aimar, one of Argentina's top number 10s, but unlucky. With a play full of magic and extreme artist, this midfielder was born in 1979 and was considered the soul of Argentina at the time, and was one of the best number 10s in the early years of the 21st century. Fanciful ball dribbling and sharp passes are Paolo Aimar's brand, which has made many defenders crazy. Like many other famous players of the time, the street was a place where Paolo Aimar played every day as a little kid. Aimar refused to attend medical school to pursue a career in football and made his debut on August 1st, 1996. It was clear that River Plate has cultivated a special talent, and they had the right to invest time and money in this development. Aimar then won 5 titles with River Plate from 1996 to 2000, scoring 21 goals and having 28 assists in 82 appearances for the club. Unsurprisingly, Paolo has caught the eye of many clubs. The most famous teams wanted him. However, he chose Valencia for a record transfer fee of 24 million euros. And of course, Paolo Aimar had an official position. He immediately became a key player in Valencia's midfield, under the direction of Rafael Benitez. With a modest height, only 1.70 m, but with the football that he performed during his peak, it was a treasure for the next generations to learn. With the ball handling is full of inspiration, he always knows how to bring joy to the audience. Also because of that, fans affectionately called him Little Clown. During his first 6 months in Valencia, he was considered one of the best players in Europe at the time, taking Valencia to the Champions League final in 2001, but losing to Bayern Munich on penalties. But success did not elude him and his teammates. They won La Liga Championship in 2002, after 31 years of waiting. 5 years at Valencia, Paolo Aimar turned the bats into the real power in Spain. They stayed in the same table with Real Madrid and Barcelona. Even at some certain times, maybe Valencia was even stronger than them. If Barcelona were in a crisis during the post-Rivaldo period, then a Galacticos 1.0 with a full A-list stars had to lose their breath sometimes on the race to championship. On April 16, 2004, Benitez left Valencia after a long stressful time with the team leaders. And at that very moment, Paolo Aimar's career turned a new page. The one who lifted Aimar to the new level with the highest position in the midfield of 5 people was gone. It was this that pulled him out of the Temple of Legends. Paolo Aimar became helpless and lost in the new squad. Claudio Ranieri came to lead the club and immediately applied a 4-4-2 formation with Valencia. This scheme required 2 midfielders to both attack and defend, while in the past, Paolo Aimar was too used to standing just behind the strikers to unleash his creativity in attack, not to care about defending. This has made Paolo Aimar more and more confused in the new tactics, and more, the substitution bench became more familiar with Aimar. Paolo Aimar was very upset and unhappy at Mestalla. But Ranieri had to leave after a failed season. The club then got Quique Flores, but it seemed too late for Paolo Aimar. Sitting outside time killed Paolo Aimar's form. He still occasionally played, but his inspiration for playing seemed to be gone. And at the end of the 2006 season, he broke up with Valencia after 5 years serving the club. There had been much information he would reunite with Benitez at Liverpool. Hundreds of news agencies and a series of newspapers held their breath to wait for results. But unexpectedly, Paolo Aimar chose Real Zaragoza as the place to continue his career. A lot of people have asked why not a big team, while there were a lot of big teams willing to take him, but no one can answer. That year, Paolo Aimar was only 27 years old, the most beautiful age of his career. Now, he just wanted to come to a peaceful place like Real Zaragoza without much competition will make him feel more comfortable. Although unable to return to the way it was before, but with the inherent qualities of a genius, Paolo Aimar became the pillar to help the team rank 6th just a year later. But only a year later, Real Zaragoza plummeted without breaking and had to sell the brightest star. Paolo Aimar moved to Benfica to play with fellow countryman Saviola for a 4-year contract. In Benfica, the unlucky number 10s of Argentine football helped each other revive. They turned Benfica into a wild, creative attacking team with South American characteristics. He then returned to River Plate and retired here as a tribute to the team that nourished him when he had just started his career. Maradona once said that Paolo Aimar is the only player he's willing to pay to see. It's a pity that in Paolo Aimar's career, he suffered so many injuries to keep him from becoming a legendary player. Even so, the famous players in the world always gave him respect. Clever play and excellent technique are invaluable lessons for the next generations. Although he was only a small player physically, it is he who redefines the success of small players. It was this that made Messi idolize Paolo Aimar. Messi himself learned a lot of techniques from Paolo Aimar. Another weakness of Paolo Aimar is physical strength, which has been fixed and upgraded by Messi himself. In other words, Messi is an upgraded version of Paolo Aimar. In a fine day, Paolo Aimar can make top professional football level to be a simple game. Maybe for many, Paolo Aimar is a failure, because he could not become a legendary player when he got huge potential. But with what he showed, already an invaluable asset, he can go through many ups and downs. But certainly, he is not a failure. In contrast to beautiful football lovers, Paolo Aimar is a valuable gift they receive from Argentina. And for the nostalgic, they even love Paolo Aimar more than Messi. And now, Paolo Aimar will continue to dedicate as an Argentina's coach assistant, where he has his greatest junior, Lionel Messi. Thank you and everything you've brought to football, the legendary Paolo Aimar.